Welcome back to 843 TV. We are once again here on the Technical College of the Low Country campus here in Beaufort. And joining us now we have Sean Henrickson. And you'll forgive me, I'm going to read your title right off the paper because it's kind of long. He is the Vice President for Continuing Education and Workforce Development and Director of Military Affairs. Quite the mouthful there.
You got it though.
Now Melanie did a great job addressing the academic programs, but can you tell us a little bit about the continuing education programs that you offer?
I can, and through continuing education, we work very closely with the Center for Business and Workforce Solutions. We are the training and education component of workforce development in the Low Country through our 4-county service region. So our programs, which people are very familiar with, we train EMTs, certified nursing assistants, patient care technicians, welders, commercial truck drivers, real estate professionals. We do rapid training programs to get people into the workforce as quickly as possible.
Okay. And in terms of what are the concerns that people have regarding continuing education? I know I work in a profession where that's a major thing. There's a lot of maintenance that you have to do. So can you address that a little bit?
Sure. So our initial training programs are, they're really open access. So we can put folks into training programs and get them into the workforce within as little as 3 months, even without a high school diploma, which is an obstacle for a lot of people. We find that we get students that come through here that never really had an opportunity to succeed. We can get them a state credential as a certified nursing assistant and then work to help them with adult education to actually earn that high school diploma and move on to other programs with higher wages. All of our programs within continuing education are less than a year. I can put you into a well-paying truck driving job with about 150 hours of training.
Wow.
And I think it's important to note too, not just new graduates, but we're in an area where people are coming to retire or maybe just change a career, so you can be of extreme value for those folks coming down, looking to make a change in their lifestyle at an older age. There are a lot of programs for them as well.
You'd be surprised. We've had a woman in her 80s in our welding program.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
awesome.
That's it. For those folks looking to get out of that cold weather up there that lingers on, there you go. There's some hope for you.
Sean, what makes the Technical College of the Low Country's continuing education programs unique?
So a couple of things. Specific to workforce development, we like to advertise ourselves as being agile and responsive to industry needs. So if an established business or one that's looking to relocate to the Low Country has a training need that needs to be met, we can set up a program relatively quickly. We don't have to necessarily apply to all the rules that apply through the credit side. So I can set up a program on site or on campus to meet those needs. The other nice thing is I mentioned they're rapid training programs, but there's so many funding sources available for those. So the vast majority of our students do not have to pay out of tuition pocket tuition through partners such as WIOA, DSS, vocational rehab, and we have additional funding through the state of South Carolina through a Pathways scholarship that funds a significant number of our students. And then I also have a pot of money for the transitioning military, which I can use to train them.
I think that's really important for people to hear, because one of the topics that was brought up at this meeting I was at earlier this week is there's a huge concern over the rise of tuition in 4-year programs, and it's actually starting to drive students out of state for their education. So I think it's fantastic that there is an opportunity here, very low investment on their part with a very high return.
Exactly.
So Sean, what is the connection to the other TCL programs?
So our, especially with our health sciences programs, it's a good stepping stone. As I mentioned, you can get into a certified nursing assistant program without even having a high school diploma. Once you're complete with that, we can put you through patient care technician, which is demands a little bit of a higher wage. But we see that folks that get into those healthcare fields and perform well then move on to seek those higher credentials, and they go right into programs like registered nurse or the radiological tech, surge tech, physical therapy programs.
And too, with our aging community in Beaufort County, certain areas, the need for the nursing is huge. So these are very valuable programs. Now, of course, we're here in Beaufort. We're a military community with Paris Island, a great opportunity for the workforce. How are you reaching out to those families and helping with placement?
Yeah, we are strategically located here in Beaufort within 7 miles of 3 military installations between the Air Station, which has the most advanced fighter jet in the world, the Naval Hospital in Parris Island, which of course trains all the recruits east of the Mississippi. My staff on the military affairs side is specially funded through the state of South Carolina to assist those transitioning military to earn their civilian credentials so we can put them into the workforce quickly. I have a kind of a triad of, I have a military academic advisor that solely focuses on our military students. I have a contact on base. I have a staff member on base that looks to recruit and advise those students. And we also have a resource center here on campus specifically for our military connected students. So that's the active duty, veterans, reserve, National Guard, and their family members. And they can go there and commiserate and help each other through the college experience as needed. Our transitioning military program started with our aviation maintenance program, which is really the cornerstone. It's since expanded. It's a free program for our transitioning military. They earn the opportunity to earn a FAA Airframes and Power Plants license, and that's a high-paying $30 an hour plus job in this area. It also expanded into commercial truck driving, EMT, and welding, to name a few, and those are all free programs for our transitioning military.
Speaking of welding, we're sitting right here. Behind us is a really neat mobile unit. Tell us about that.
So this, again, funded through the state of South Carolina. It is the only one in the state of South Carolina. Inside this unit, there are 6 virtual reality welding simulators.
Oh.
So I can put a 6-year-old or an 86-year-old through this perfectly safe. My children do it. But it's also an opportunity for us to engage the high school students and show them that there are other opportunities besides a 4-year degree, that these trades are actually very well paying jobs. We also have the opportunity to take it to industry and do on-site training for them.
You could take it to schools, high schools, and wherever.
We've been to numerous schools and community events, and the more schools that I can get it to, the better.
Very neat. Real quick, how can someone reach out and get more information about all this?
I think my contact's on Melanie's website as well, but through www.tcl.edu. Under academics, you'll find continuing education. My direct line is there, and feel free to call me.
Okay, great. Well, good stuff. We're going to learn more about TCL, so stay right here. We'll be back with more 843 TV.